What is good, everybody? My bad for being late, but we are here. We live. We live, y'all. Had to rush back to the crib. Trick or treaters were in the way, so blame them for me being late. So 6 to 18 as we check in here, first quarter, 7 minutes ago. Again, my fault for being late, y'all. Trick or treaters had the neighborhood packed out. Was not anticipating having traffic in the neighborhood. So what is good, y'all? So yeah, not the typical starter since Trey Young was out. So excuse me, but yeah, welcome back, everybody. We are live, y'all, watching this Atlanta, Indiana NBA Cup game. Hopefully, Atlanta can get this win. Trey Youngless game. Don't know how long Trey Young is going to be out, unfortunately. So, I'm planning on holding down the fort until he's back. So, hopefully, the results on his MRI. He apparently came back to Atlanta, got his MRI done. So, yeah, man, welcome back, everybody. My bad for being late, but we back anyway. So we got the first NBA Cup game of the season for Atlanta. I need to look at their who's all in their group, but group play should be all right. Courts are a lot better too. Courts are a whole lot better. So yeah, happy Halloween to everybody. So we got Matt Weiner on the sidelines for Atlanta. But yeah, man, welcome in everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. But yes, welcome in everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. So Atlanta got the rebound off the missed free throw for Indiana. Moge checked in for Atlanta and quick turnover there. Tries to get the ball in the queue, but does not have any success. So yeah, man, my bad for being late, man. Trick or treaters in the neighborhood had it packed out. But 6 to 18, y'all. 6 to 18. So Atlanta is taking on Indiana in their first NBA Cup matchup, and Indiana's not at full health either, but obviously missing Trey, Atlanta's gonna look a little different. So we'll see how they good move. So as Nikhil draws a foul for Atlanta, Atlanta's offense seems to be a little slow here, which seems to be a consistent theme for Atlanta here early on in the season. So hopefully they can get their stuff together, get their offense going as they trail by 12 here early on in the first. So Nikhil knocks down one of two. So yeah, man, it's just you're gonna be looking for, filling the Trey Young void as he is out with a knee sprain. They haven't specified any further, so that's all the information we are able to go with as Nikhil knocks down the second of two, puts it to a 10-point game. So two quick ones on Jalen, unfortunately. As Neesmith picks up the foul on Jalen Johnson on that jump shot. I think it was a three. So so Indiana off to an early start, man. So Indiana and Atlanta play each other fairly well. They that their offenses always seems to match each other. Defense seems to disappear every now and then, but we'll see how this game goes. So Naismith misses the second of two, so 12 points, or second of three, or third of three, excuse me. Jalen gets a nice little turnaround jumper there. His 6 point. So we got Nikhil, Mo, Luke, Onyeka, and Jalen in as Indiana picks up the offensive board. Jalen with the defense. Nice, nice, Jalen. Jalen runs the break, kicks it to Nikhil. Bang. 13-20. Good defense to offense there for Atlanta as Jalen gets the steal and kicks it to Nikhil. Way to corral it as Atlanta needs to focus on the defensive glass. Nice, good stuff. So Jalen's doing a nice job of facilitating. Atlanta's gonna need that as Trey Young is out. So Atlanta's gonna need that from Jalen. He's gonna have to tap into his PG bag. So as Kean Wallace checks in early, I'm sure he'll get grab Nikhil. 'Cause yeah, the lineups are gonna be interesting for Atlanta as Onyeka misses that free throw there. So Keaton grabs Jalen as Jalen is gonna sit with 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter, 5 minutes to go. So not, not the best thing, not the greatest thing you wanna see as Pascal checks back in for the Pacers as well. Pascal is one of the lone stars on Indiana because they are pretty banged up as well. So no excuse this game, man. No excuse for Atlanta. Everybody's already kinda banged up. Neesmith misses, Moget corrals it, and almost quick to turn it over. That's scary for King because he's already busted his teeth, kinda like that. Somebody tripped him up and he hit his face on the floor, so we don't wanna see that for Keaton. But yeah, man, we are on playback TV watching the Atlanta Hawks take on the Indiana Pacers for the first NBA Cup game in Indiana. Courts are nice, man. I don't know about y'all. I like the courts. I like the setup. So, at a bucket, Keaton for 3 as Keaton checks in and quick to end hit a three. I'm sorry, I saw the end voting and I just said end. But Moget pokes the ball free from Pascal. I think Moget is gonna surprise a lot of people for Atlanta. Moget is number 18. It's gonna be a new face for a lot of people, but he's gonna be matched up against a lot of tough matchups over the year. As of right now, he's playing against Pascal, so it'll be good for him to kind of have growing moments. So Jay Huff hits the three, and they called a loose ball foul on Moget. So Rest heard me talking about him through their earpiece. Said, "Watch this." So Onyeka is holding it down for the, 2nd unit at center. Moge is at 4. So they're checking to see if the ball was released, before or after the foul on the floor was called. So yeah, man, 4 minutes, 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Atlanta's offense was a little slow to start, but they seem to have, found some sort of rhythm as they've made it a 7-point game. Cut it down to single digits, but yeah, man, it's gonna be an uphill battle, obviously, for Atlanta. No Trey Young, so missing your okay, so, they ruled it before the shot attempt, so it's gonna be on the floor, which will be only 2 shots for, the Pacers as, the Pacers are in the bonus, so so, I appreciate Davies for tapping in on playback and moderating, letting everybody know to subscribe for them VIPs, man. You don't gotta subscribe, but just become a member, and we throwing out VIPs, and we'll tap into VIP subscriptions at a later point. But yeah, yeah, we're live on playback, YouTube, and Twitch. So welcome in everybody. As Pascal misses that one as well, so misses the second of two. So Keaton Wallace, Luke Kennard, Mo Gay, Tyson, and Onyeka in for Atlanta. Luke gets the three up, gets it to go. So Atlanta Hawks fans are going to be excited to see that. Luke get I think 3 last game. Got his first to go. Excuse me, I got a pet here on my lips. But yeah, man. Good stuff from Atlanta, man, as they cut it to a 4-point game with that 3. It might be a 2. So 19 to 21, they cut it to 2. Excuse me, I was thinking they still made that 3. Um, but it is 21 to 19, so it's a 2-point game here for Atlanta. So yeah, man. I think this year won't be as rough, without Trey. The year before last, oof, it was just good to be in the game. This year, I think we can expect to, as fans, we can expect to, kind of win games without Trey this year. So this is when Kristaps will earn his money if they do extend him. Um, this is when obviously Dyson will step up and prove that he was, worth that contract. I think he was. I think his offense is gonna find a rhythm over the season. So it's a long season, man. It's 82 games. People want people wanna have him come off the bench 5 games into the season, man. It don't really make too much sense. So I try not to be too overreactive, but hasn't been the greatest start for Dyson. It's good to be kind of honest, but early on in this game, 1 for 2. Um, like I said, I was a little late, so my apologies. Trick or treaters had a neighborhood packed out, man. But But yeah, man, you wanna see Dyson step up, you wanna see the other players step up as well, so a couple key players I'm watching for are Dyson, Zach, and Jalen, so those 3, I think, you know, I think those 3 can step up into, kinda contributing roles this year, so I'm really hopeful for Zach, um, you know, it's not because, like, I was, like, pre-draft, "Oh, they gotta draft Reece Shea." I didn't I wasn't too familiar with him, but, Atlanta drafted him, so that's our guy. That's I think it should go. So, So I wanna see him, do well and, prove people wrong, so it's nothing wrong with, thinking Atlanta should have done something or could have done something, but, it is what it is now. There's no point in, arguing about it. So, yeah, man. Welcome in, everybody. So, yeah, like I said, Moget is gonna have plenty of tough matchups as we see, we're gonna have to wonder how he's gonna fare as he fouls Pascal again. So, early on, we're gonna wonder how that matchup's gonna look. It's gonna be questionable, honestly. But excuse me, my fault. I think I don't know. I think it'll be alright. I think Mo will find a rhythm on defense and be alright. Excuse me. But yeah, with the Trey Youngless, Hawks, as Pascal misses the, 2nd of 2. There's a couple players you wanna just keep your eye on, see, the improvements. Oh, yeah, that's a foul, my boy, gotta stay on your feet. As the newly acquired Mac McClung is in for Indiana. So 3 minutes here to go for Atlanta. They are in the bonus now, so any foul committed, they get some points, hopefully. So Atlanta hasn't been the best at the free throw line, but they got, Luke Kennard at the line. He knocks that one down. So, yeah, man, hopefully the guys that, Atlanta are entrusting with the offense, with Trae Young out, as Kennard knocks down both those at the line, makes it a two-point game. Just hope they step up. Obviously, with the new addition of Nikhil, you don't have to do as much as Dyson gets that steal right there, kicks it to Keaton on the break. It's a lob, let's go, baby. That's good offense. So Dyson to Keaton, Keaton to Mo right there for the slam. Ties it up, man. Let's go. So Mo against Pascal. Dyson gonna mess around and average 3 steals. Surprised they didn't call a foul. So good defense by Onyeka. Atlanta corrals the rebound. Gets out on the break. Kennard kicks it to Onyeka. Onyeka in and out. So Onyeka's done a pretty good job at the 3-point line this year. Pretty consistent. But misses that one. Can't get that one to go. So Klung, nope. So Keaton against Pascal McClung again. My broadcast went out. No, my broadcast went out. No, my broadcast is going out. I'm sick. Okay, we back. We're back, everybody. It's spazzing out though. Jay Huff breaks that three. Oh my god. It's a new addition over the offseason. There you go, Dyson. You want to see that. You want to see Dyson be aggressive, attack the rim, and be consistent, getting that little runner to go as he knocks it down for his second field goal of the game. So 2-point lead for Atlanta. Yeah, nice to see that to go, for Dyson, as his defense has been going. He's averaging, 3 assists, so you like to see that, and like to see that number maybe go up a little bit. So Mac McClung drills a 3 to put the Pacers up 124-25 for Atlanta. It's 1:35 to go. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on my broadcast. It just blacked out on me, but Atlanta, 1-point game. They've done a nice job. There we go. That's the patent little back cut. Ooh, we got fouled, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's a way to stay active and aggressive, so It's kinda what you want to see for Dyson, just active and aggressive. Obviously, you wanna see that go. Still seem like an easy take with Philly, but get it at the line, my boy. There you go, as Dyson knocks down his first of 2 at the line, ties the game up. 25 apiece with a minute 26 to go. Probably about 4 possessions left in the half for both teams. So Atlanta ending the first quarter with so Pascal over Mo. That's what I was about to say. Mo has got the assignment of Pascal, so that's probably how the game is gonna go. There we go. There we go. Straight on three-pointer from Onyeka Okongwu makes it a 29-27 game. Like I said, man, you like to see that from Onyeka. Stretching the floor, you know, expanding his game, doing a really good job at shooting, man. Just really good as oh, brother, Indiana. Atlanta's gonna struggle. Get that out of here. Get that out of here, dog. Get that shot out of here. What you thought this was, bro? Come on, man. What you thought this was? 23 seconds on Yeka. Let's go. On Yeka Okongwu for 3, man, with the swat and then the corner 3, man. What a that's my guy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wasn't too high on Onyeka, like 2 years ago when Capella was still competitive. They couldn't call that a foul, man. What are we doing? Hell of a way to close it out for Onyeka there, as he should have been a block, man. That was clean. He got just an outstanding effort there in the last 45 seconds, for real. So they called a foul, so we'll see what it's looking like. Where is the foul? That's the thing. Oh, he got him on his neck. I mean, I don't see how Buddy's. Hopefully it was after the buzzer, but Atlanta takes a 5-point lead. Can either be 5 or 3 depending on if they get some free throws before the quarter ends. So we'll see. So J Huff will be the recipient of those either way it goes. So I think they're just checking to see if when the foul occurs. So point 3 is back on the clock. They get the foul, unfortunately. So J Huff is finna go to the line on Yeko. Konwu picks it up. So J Huff knocks it down. Got one of two. So 32-28. 32-28. Atlanta's doing a good job. Started this game off super slow offensively, but they turned it around pretty swiftly. So I've taken a 3-point lead. Look to s- Look to have found some sort of rhythm. So hopefully they can carry that out the rest of this half and then carry it on over to the second half. But on a Halloween night, we got a close game with the first NBA Cup match Man, what y'all think, man? I don't know. It's a little early for NBA Cup. I would like to see the NBA Cup maybe a little later on in the season, maybe like 3, 4 weeks in, maybe. Are we 3, 4 weeks in? Maybe like at least a month and a half or 2. Let the teams get warmed up, let chips fall where they may. So, I don't know. What y'all think? I think it's too early to do the NBA Cup. I think it should be towards the end of the year, like a little warm up for the playoffs. Not I don't think it should be playoff time, but I think it should be at least like, maybe around like, what is it? Like, start around late November. I think they should do it kinda when football focus is really dying down, when teams really are, like, eliminated from the playoffs. I think that's when the NBA should start the NBA Cup games and stuff. Because I think a new it adds a new level of intrigue to the game. I was questioning the, addition of it, I can't lie. I definitely was questioning the addition, but I think they've done good. I think they've done good with it. I think they should maybe switch up the neutral site every year to kinda let other fans see the game, but that's just me. I think it would be cool if it would, like, 'cause I don't know, just from watching it, and then Vegas seems like it's a cool location, but I don't know. Vegas is not Vegas anymore, so I don't think it's the it's the same attraction site, so switching it up every year would be cool to, like, a city that doesn't have, uh kinda like the Final Four. So it is basically the NBA's Final Four, so might as well. So, yeah, man, we got this graphic is interesting. So, yeah, like I said, when Atlanta and Indiana play, their offenses seem to match each other. They got the most combined points per game since 2022, 200 some points. It's crazy. So, new rotation in for Atlanta. We got, man, Reece J. Garden, Mac McClung there, guarded that shot, makes some miss there. Onyeka for 3? Nah, not quite. So Onyeka can't get it to fall. Still a three-point game with the second quarter just underway. They called a foul. They called it. Dyson tried to get that little swipe, but I think kinda too much of his arm, so quick foul there for Dyson, which he does a pretty good job of staying out of foul trouble, so not too much of a worry. I think the first or second game, he got picked up some quick fouls, so way to stay straight up, Keaton. As Keaton guards the layup, but it don't matter as McClung gets it to go. It's his, 5th point, so there we go. As Onyeka feeds Porzingis in the post, but, he is quick to get fouled. He definitely had the opponent in position, so 32-31. Second quarter just starting, so Indiana making some adjustments here. So, yeah, Indiana pretty banged up as well, obviously missing Tyrese, missing a bunch of other key guys, so no excuse, either way for either team. So Dyson, good move over there, pushes the lead to 3. He gets his, I believe his 3rd field goal with his 8th point. So Onyeka guarding Pascal now. So Pascal just getting any bucket he wants to. So 14 points for Pascal, having a good start for Indiana. So King gets a good drive, just blocked. Um, but like to see that. So Keaton, Zach, Dyson, Onyeka, and Kristaps are in for Atlanta here. So interesting lineup. See who kind of runs the offense. Dyson left it short. and Ricochet cuts off the drive, and Keaton does a good job getting in position, but Indiana does a better job at, avoiding contact. And Onyeka gets the nice little push shot to go as Mac McClung drives by and fouls. So, early on, Atlanta is up in points in the paint 14-6, so that's a positive sign for Atlanta. You like to see that, Atlanta's defense isn't allowing easy shots, and they aren't quite allowing, second chance opportunities, kinda was getting away from them a little bit in the first quarter, but they seem to have, tapped back in and kinda locked in on that end, so Jalen Johnson is back in the game for Atlanta. Unfortunately, Ricochet takes a seat, so Indiana not quite finding all the shots that they, are not hitting the ones they're finding, so Jalen to Dyson, Dyson to Jalen, but it's short. So, just couldn't get that to go as Porzingis. Alright, man, take advantage, I got numbers. Jalen elects to shoot the 3, but, misses from the corner over Pascal. 37-35, neither team can find a bucket here in these last couple possessions. So, Atlanta doing an alright job on defense. Feel like they're just kinda settling on offense, so So Keaton in for Atlanta in the point guard spot. Like I said, he's gonna get a lot of minutes, especially since Trey Young is out for an extended amount of time. We don't know how long, but yeah, he's gonna be out for a minute for sure. So hopefully, Trey has a quick recovery. Dyson gathers a steal, another steal for Dyson. I think that should be two. So he's about at his average. There we go, and one. That should have been an and one. As Kristaps corrals a pass from Jalen and gets the nice little turnaround hook to go. No, sir. They call a foul. Man, Onyeka picks up, I think it might be his 2nd or 3rd. 2nd for sure. 3rd foul on the way, I think. So, a lot of minute a lot of minutes with Kristaps and Onyeka, but unfortunately, Onyeka is maybe facing foul trouble. So, Hawks bigs are kind of, it's been the story of the early season for Atlanta is foul trouble. Atlanta usually is a good defensive team. Um, you know, foul wise, they aren't a team that really lacks too much discipline. Sometimes they're just really it's just a matchup thing. So um that is been an issue for Atlanta. So hopefully they can get their stuff together. So Kristaps from the post can't get us to go. Tried to get the foul. They weren't going for it though. There you go, Dyson. There you go. Way to stay aggressive as Dyson pushes the lead to he pushed it to 4, but they cut it back to 2. Timeout Atlanta. 2-point game, man. 8 minutes to go. 8:08. So 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. So yeah, man, unfortunate, man. I don't know. Rotations early on have been, a question amongst Hawks fans, so we'll see how it goes. Definitely, I'm interested to see, man. I wanna see more Ricochet play, but Quinn knows more than I do. So, yes, man, on this Halloween night, it isn't too scary for Atlanta, even though I think the scariest thing, if you're a Hawks fan, has happened. Trey Young went down last game, so unfortunate for Atlanta, unfortunate, but hey, that's just a part of the season. So just gotta hope and pray Trey is, it's not as serious of an injury as maybe it looks. So, but with that being said, we gotta roll with the punches as they go. Atlanta's, I think they're rolling pretty well. But Jalen holding it down 3 of 5 from the field, 6 points. Dyson doing a lot better offensively this game, 4 of 6. So he hasn't really, this might be his first or second game with double digits early on before the second half. So you like to see that from Dyson. I think he might have had 12 in the Orlando game. But yeah, I like to see that from Dyson. He's going to have to, kind of step up. Um, like I said, I think for me, the 3 key guys to watch are Dyson, Jalen, and Zach. Um, hopefully, Zach can take a step up and, you know, establish himself in the pecking order. But obviously, Kristaps being an established player, I think he's gonna obviously be a beacon for Atlanta to kinda look to and, be able to keep the ship afloat while the leader is off the floor, kinda regenerating. So yeah, man, look to Kristaps to kind of keep this ship afloat, but you never know, man. You never know. I think obviously the additions of Nikhil and Luke Kennard are definitely going to help Atlanta. They were obviously kind of projected at 10 points is Dyson's season high, so hasn't quite cracked double digits yet. But first game of the season he does pretty good, man. We need it. So 2 point game, kind of miscommunication there from Jalen and Onyeka, and Jalen can't get that one to go. Don't like to see that after a timeout, so pretty discombobulated play there for Atlanta. So, oh my goodness. Atlanta is struggling to, protect the rim and not foul for some reason, so they did a good job. I mean, they usually do a good job at it. I don't know what's going on, but this year has been different. So no Clint Capella this year, which as much as Hawks fans wrote him off, he might have been an impact still. So, and we kind of do have to remember we do have a defense without Clint. So, without a leader back there, obviously the defense is going to look a little different, and this might be the result. So, not having a Clint Capella caliber center out there might just lead to this being Atlanta's kind of style, unfortunately. So, as Indiana knocks down 1 of 2 there. They've doubled Atlanta's free throws in, attempts and makes, so something to keep an eye on. Nikhil doing what he does best, getting to the rim and attacking with a nice lay there for his 7 points. So, yeah, like I said, man, no Clint Capella for Atlanta, so the defense is gonna look a lot different. That might be why they're picking up more fouls at the rim, this year. And, like, on drives and stuff, it's not really, like, fouls too much away from the basket, like, perimeter-wise. It's more so on the interior, fighting for rebounds, loose balls, all that type of stuff, so luckily, um, Indiana was, able to get a hand on that. That was out of bounds because there was nobody there, so kinda saved Nikhil there. So good thing, Indiana's defense is active, so yeah, man, Nikhil is in for Atlanta, taking over the point guard spot. Is it the goal? So, like I said, doing what he does best with that little runner, 45-42. Definitely like to see Nikhil be aggressive here, especially, minus Trey Young. So Atlanta and Indiana both. Atlanta's sitting at 32. I guess right now they're both at 32 field goals apiece. So 45-44. So there we go, Jalen. Easy money like butter, baby. 47-44. So Jalen Johnson gets that nice cut. No way, bro. Oh man, if he jumped a little later, man, Ricochet picks up the foul. So hopefully, man, please don't pull him, bro. Please don't pull Ricochet. Yeah, 3 fouls. Oh my gracious. So a lot of foul trouble early on here. Moge has 3, Onyeka has 2, Jalen has 2. Luckily, Dyson only has 1 at this point in the game. So 47-44 as it is a quick in and out for Ricochet, man. Foul trouble, man, foul trouble. As at least that's what it is, man. At least that's what it is. 3 quick ones for Zach, 3 quick ones for Mo. So, ball don't lie though. What are we doing, man? What are we doing, man? So we got another foul call, another loose ball foul, and I hope it's going. I hope it's going Atlanta's way. Hold on one second. Mm. Oh man, and Indiana's already in the bonus, so it looks like a loose ball foul on Porzingis. So I believe that's Porzingis's first foul, unfortunately. So something to keep an eye on. Porzingis is already fouled out of a game this year, so I'm not too familiar with Porzingis's game, so hopefully that's not a big consistent with Porzingis. So yeah, man, we are watching this Atlanta Hawks Indiana NBA Cup game. So 47-45, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. I want to appreciate everybody, or I want to say I appreciate everybody tapped in here, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Playback TV. If you want to watch the game along with this stream, uh, tap into Playback and I'll throw you a VIP and you can watch the Atlanta Hawks action while you watch the stream. So if that's something that piques your interest, I would suggest you check it out. So again, I appreciate everybody tapped in. Atlanta is holding on to a 1 point lead here. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nikhil's bringing it up for Atlanta, and Nikhil is filling in for Trey as Trey's out with a knee sprain. Got hurt last game. Noah Clowney pushed Moge into Trey's knee. Good stuff. Good cut. That's a great find by Dyson as well. So 49-46. I like to see Atlanta's offense kind of clicking. I think that's positive, man. I think he's gonna have to run through a couple people while Trey is out. So like I said, just a couple key guys to watch are Jalen Dyson and Ricochet. So obviously this game Ricochet's picked up some foul trouble, so fighting for it. Should be a foul. So yeah, man, Indiana is facing some injuries as well. So a lot of key guys for Indiana are out. Pascal's the only star player I say for Indiana at the moment. They got Neesmith, but I wouldn't quite say he's like a household name. But I mean, if you're an NBA fan, you're probably more familiar with them. But man, Indiana active on that defensive, or I guess offensive glass, the defensive for Atlanta. So hopefully Atlanta can kind of corral that as that's the result. Second chance points as Pascal knocks down a three. So there we go. In rhythm, just can't get it to go. And they're out on the break. E. Smith, bang, ooh, bang off the rim. Yeah, he can't get that over the 7 footer. There we go. Outlet, bang out. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Timeout for Indiana off that Jalen Johnson transition bucket. So Atlanta did a good job at kinda not I mean, Neesmith didn't knock down a 3, so that's kinda why they, corralled that. That could have been a little run for Indiana there, but kinda put some cold water on it. So up by 2. So 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd or 2nd quarter. Good game from Atlanta so far. No Trey Young, obviously. So Atlanta's offense is doing I think they're doing good for, I mean, the circumstances. Need to get some water, boy. But yeah, man. No, I keep repeating, yeah, man. My apologies. Okay. Looking good so far from Atlanta. Looking good so far. I can't lie. Nikhil doing well, filling in the starting role. 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field. Dyson as well, 10 points, 4 of 6. So really, really great to see that uh, result for Dyson. Um, has been a rough start for Dyson. It has been a rough start. People are already exaggerating, calling for him to come off the bench already and all that stuff. So you want to see him flourish in the role he's given. So he just got paid. So obviously fans are expecting him to contribute on another level. They don't want to see just the defense. I don't know, but they think him getting paid that much money justifies the things they say online, man. It's crazy. It doesn't. So ease up, man. Ease up, please. Please, man, please. So as yeah, the season continues, man. It's only 6 games. This is a 6 game for Atlanta. Um, so yeah, man, let's relax, man. Let the season progress. It's an 82 game season for a reason. So nice to see that for Dyson. Kristaps, statistically isn't having the greatest, game, but 1 for 4 shooting wise, but an assist, so doing a pretty good job at, 1 assist. He's doing alright, man. He's doing alright. You like to see that. He has been finding the open man even though he hasn't picked up a lot of stats, but he has been in place on defense and just, a help on offense. So just his presence can draw the defense his way and open up some lanes for Atlanta's other options. So Atlanta's offense is kind of looking like it's driving pass out to the shooter type of night. That's probably what it's gonna be like if Atlanta is in the half court. So Atlanta's looking to run in transition with the lineup they have. Um, they're a really, really tall lineup, surprisingly now with the insertion of Nickeil Alexander-Walker into the starting lineup, kinda puts him at a average to maybe even above average starting height. So, it's a good thing for Atlanta, but, obviously missing Trae Young is a negative, so kinda hoping Atlanta can, just balance that out as Tony Bradley corrals the first miss for Indiana. Atlanta did a good job at attacking, but, man, they just cannot grab the rebound as Indiana gets the 3rd opportunity to go. Excuse me. So, yeah, Indiana looking to keep Atlanta in the half court, probably. They don't want them to get on the break. Ooh. Kennard misses the layup, but Porzingis gets the tip lay in to go. Like I said, Atlanta probably doesn't wanna stick in the half court. They probably wanna get out in transition, so, um, they need to corral the rebound and the Pacers miss because 'cause they're doing a good job at making the Pacers take, shots that are beneficial to them, long range shots, getting the ball out of Pascal's hands. Oh my god. Another missed opportunity. So, yeah, you don't want to see a lot of these go, Indiana's way. Like I said, Atlanta doing a pretty good job at forcing the miss. but they're not doing a great job at corralling it. So that time they did just that. So corralled the miss, made a miss, and then corralled it and got out on the break. That's why Indiana does not want them out on the break because that is when they are dominant. When they're just adding points off your misses. So obviously when the lead is gonna build. Good job, Dyson. Gets his 3rd steal of the game. Dyson might average 3.5 steals. He definitely might average 3. Definitely look out for that. Nice little mid-range, jump shot from Nikhil, just can't get it to go. Tony Bradley. Onyeka, Kristaps is the only true big out there. Alright, Jalen is a 4. There you go, Kristaps, as, Kristaps knocks down the 3 from Jalen Johnson assist. So 3 assists from Jalen and, 7 points for Porzingis, so yeah, like I said, Jalen and Kristaps. Jalen isn't the biggest power forward, but, um oh, wow, wide open. Atlanta looks to be running like a little zone, man zone type of thing. Thank you. It's Tony Bradley, kinda lacking some discipline there. Porzingis in the post. Porzingis takes advantage of that, gets the foul on that little turnaround jumper to go. Or he gets it up at least, but he gets the foul. Doesn't get it to go, so 2 shots. But yeah, unfortunate as it is, Atlanta kinda struggling on the glass, struggling at the line. I mean, it hasn't been, like, abysmal at the line, but honestly, it hasn't been what, I've expected Atlanta to shoot from the line. Atlanta has some really good shooters, and they just miss, 1 or 2 at the line. Or they missed the first one, hit the second, just, questionable. So I think if Atlanta can become a consistent team at the line and take advantage of, all the opportunities that they will have, they'll be a really dominant team. Because they're gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of mismatches over this season. So Nikhil doing a good job. There you go. Nikhil did a great job at making it tough for Pascal. Kennard does a great job at cleaning that transition opportunity up. Jalen tried it, but just couldn't get it to go. So as you see the positive impact of Nikhil Alexander on that last possession, Jarris Walker drills that 3 for Indiana. He has 11, so obviously watch for that random role player for Indiana to go off. So 2-point lead, 38 seconds to go for the first half. Ooh, man. There you go. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a team effort for Atlanta on that defensive glass. They're definitely gonna have to crash as a team, especially with a lineup like this. So Kennard, Nikhil, Jalen, Dyson. Nah. Alright, last shot. There you go. Nikhil Alexander with the nice drive took advantage of the Indiana's defense. Point 0.6 to go here for the end of the half. Turnover. Oh, that could have been a swing if I've ever seen one. So Atlanta finishes off the first half with a 4-point lead. It is 63-59. So with a slow start in the very first quarter of the game, um, Atlanta has bounced back. So both teams are banged up. Atlanta a little more healthier than Alright, a little more healthier. I don't know if that's the correct, terminology, but they're healthier at this point in the early season than, Indiana. Obviously, Indiana's still missing their star, Tyrese Halliburton, other key guys as well, but, Atlanta is missing their 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 gas, their tire, they're missing their engine, dog. They're missing their almost their whole car, so offense is looking for other alternatives, and they're doing a pretty good job, man. They're doing a pretty good job. So, um, and I say that because Trey Young is out. No Trey for some time, man. I hope and pray it's a quick recovery, and it's just just a sprain, man. We don't want to hear news of a tear. So hopefully it all goes well, and Trey is back with the team this year. So a good start for Atlanta. Obviously, a 4-point lead. So it is the NBA Cup. The NBA Cup is here, so, kinda adds another layer of excitement for this game. So, early on in this game, obviously, the players you would expect to kind of, contribute are contributing. Jalen, Dyson, Kristaps, Nickeil is doing a good job. Ricochet hasn't been playing too much. He has picked up 3 quick fouls. Same with Moget. So Moget and Ricochet are the Hawks battling foul trouble tonight. Foul trouble has kind of plagued the Hawks over this early season. Kristaps fouled out one game. I think it was against the Bulls. Uh, Jalen has been in foul trouble. He was in foul trouble against the Magic. So yeah, it's been kind of a rocky start for Atlanta, I would say, in games. So Dyson's been in foul trouble. He was in foul trouble the very first game against Toronto. So yeah, it's just been a tough one for Atlanta foul wise. So um, and I don't really think that's a early indication of anything. I just think it might be miscommunications here and there. I don't think it's an overall effort thing. Because we've seen Atlanta play pretty good, um, basketball. So I think they can get to a point of being a good defensive team, but, it's gonna take some time. So we are at halftime here, the first NBA Cup game for Atlanta. So appreciate everybody tapped in, man. We are on Twitch playback and, YouTube, excuse me. I was thinking about going live on X, so we'll see about that the second half. So yeah, man, we are active. We are active. So Atlanta with a lead. All right, man. Yes, yes, we are watching. My bad. I was trying to check out the trying to check out the X, but I'll put that live up next game. We'll be all right. We'll be all right with these three platforms. So playback, YouTube, and Twitch. That's what we are on. Coming to you live, watching this Atlanta Hawks Indiana game. So second half is around the corner, but good first half for Atlanta. Kinda missed the early on in the first quarter, like, first 5 minutes, so didn't really get to see that action, but probably a couple ricochet fouls, couple Moget fouls, but hopefully they can kinda get that under wraps here in the second half, so it's been great to see Dyson kinda go off offensively, 10 points in the first half, so hopefully he can kinda continue that, offensive stretch. Jalen kinda holding it down for Atlanta, 60% from the field, 6 of 10. Hasn't hit a 3, but that's alright. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, doing what he does, and, steal. Dyson already 3 steals, so look out for Dyson, man. He might mess around, average 3 steals this year, and I would not be surprised for sure. So watch out for that. So as we get ready for the second half, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be right back, y'all. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Gotta use the restroom and really get a chance to get home and get acclimated. So give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. We are back, y'all. Who y'all think gonna get the dub? Start a poll real quick. Who gonna get the dub? So let's take a look at who's in the East A group that Atlanta is in. So Cleveland, Indiana, Atlanta, Toronto, and the Wizards. So not the strongest group, but Atlanta, hey, it was the very first game. So Atlanta played Toronto. Wasn't the greatest result. So see if that rematch can be a little better. So that's gonna be the next cup game for Atlanta is against Toronto. So Cleveland is the last one, thankfully. So kind of determine if Atlanta's gonna make it or not. I bet. So if you're an Atlanta fan, you're probably just wondering, what the season's gonna look like if and what the Trey Young news. So he got an MRI done today, so we get the news probably I would guess before the next game. So that's what I would assume. So we'll probably have the Trey Young news within the next 24, 48 hours. So we'll see, man. Even if we win tonight, we might lose in the next before our next game. So let's hope and pray that's not the case. But yeah, man. So East Group A isn't gonna be the toughest if Atlanta can kind of bounce back and be healthy for most part of the NBA Cup games because they got Washington, Toronto, Indiana, and Cleveland. Indiana's banged up, obviously missing their star for the rest of the year. Tyrese Halliburton out with the Achilles. Toronto, I mean, it's still early on. Still too early to kind of, I think, put them in a tier. So I don't know, man. It could be a good result for Atlanta here in the NBA Cup this year. So they made it to Vegas last year. So hopefully they can make it happen this year. So courts are looking a lot better, in my opinion, this year. So it sounds like we got a trick or treater. Hey. Yeah, we got trick or treaters out, y'all. That's probably our first one of the night too. Here comes Stella. Here comes Stella. So happy Halloween, everybody. 1 second. All right, so back to action. Back to the action. 63-59. Hold on. So we back. All right. Just had to make sure the cat didn't get out. So Atlanta out in transition. Come on, attack Ricochet. Mm, ooh, with the tip in. So 65-59, Ricochet with the drive. Not the strongest drive, but it was a drive. There we go. Atlanta causing Indiana to miss. There we go. Ricochet finds Porzingis as he has position underneath the basket. So early timeout for Indiana as Atlanta grows this lead early on in the third quarter. So 2 minutes here have gone by. Great start for Atlanta, man. So Atlanta kind of has been coming out slow in the first quarter and the third quarter. Third quarter has kind of been the turnaround point each game, kind of where they have lost the lead. So facing this winless Indiana team, we kind of hope that isn't the case. So hopefully they can kind of maintain this lead that they are growing with. So, so yeah, man, first NBA Cup game. Of course, they're looking better. I can't lie. So the aesthetic of the game is at least, all right. It's not really too much of an eyesore. So, like I said, I kind of wish the neutral ground site was different this year. Vegas doesn't. It's cool, but it's not Vegas no more. So, kind of wish it was elsewhere. Probably would be better to grow the league, but what do I know? So I'm a fan, I guess. So early on in this third quarter, Atlanta has grown their lead to 8. So positive for Atlanta, positive start. So Kristaps kind of has been the key figure, I would say, for Atlanta here in the early start. I think he has 4 quick points, so kind of turns his rough shooting night around. His 5 of 10 from the field. So 12 points, 6 rebounds, nice little tip in. Um, Probably gonna get this. I think it was an and one. I could be mistaken, but um, got to look for Ricochet. I don't think they called a foul. They just called a timeout. So, excuse me. Good stuff, man. So, kind of a point of emphasis. This game to watch. Ricochet has 3 fouls. So, foul trouble has kind of plagued Atlanta early on this season for each individual player throughout each game. One player has been in foul trouble. So, hopefully that isn't consistent for Atlanta as that team is deeper, but obviously you wanna kinda avoid stretching your lineup thin in a game, so kind of a thing to watch. Moge also has 3 fouls, Onyeka has 2, Jalen has 2, so just something to watch, so yeah. Oh, man, as this graphic shows, the win percentage with Trey is 44% and without is 52%. I know they finna eat that up. I know it's gonna be some trolls online saying, Atlanta's better without Trey, and I don't need that garbage, man. I don't need that. So I don't think that's the case, and I'm not even gonna buy into it. So, there we go. As Atlanta's doing a good job on the defensive glass, neutralizing Indiana's second chance opportunities. That's kind of where Indiana has kind of fought back to stay in the game is those second or third opportunities, those long rebounds. Not everybody's too good pass, let's go! What you talking about? What a dime from Jalen to Ricochet for that transition. Damn, what a dime. That's what you love to see, man. So, yeah, like I said, those key players while Trey is out, Dyson, Jalen, and Zach, man, gotta watch that. There we go. Jalen skies for the rebound, pushing the pace. Porzingis finds Nikhil, but Nikhil can't find the bottom of the bucket, but that's alright. Good shot. Stay aggressive, brother. As Ricochet cuts off the drive there, as Indiana gets it to Pascal. So it's looking like the Hawks are looking to double Pascal when he gets in the post. Ticky-tacky foul picked up there by Nikhil, so he knows better, so he'll be alright. Kind of just, yeah, foul. So we looking at this pass from Jalen to Ricochet. Oh my goodness. What a dime. Oh my goodness. What a dime. So Indiana can't get that to go. Like I said, they're missing it, and that is causing them to miss, so they're doing a good job at corralling the misses. So Nikhil finds Ricochet in the corner for 3! What you like to see. Ricochet knocks down his first three-point field goal, so Atlanta extends the lead to 13. Oh, and they cut it back to 11. So Jalen's done a really good job at, facilitating. He's done a really, really good job with easy bucket, man, easy bucket, and 1, and 1. Atlanta dominating in the paint too, 42 points to 18. So, great results for Atlanta, great results. This game has looked a lot smoother too, other than the early on in the first quarter, Atlanta couldn't really seem to find an offense, but I don't know, Atlanta has slow starts. It's kind of been all their games. Mm, they kinda do turn it around in the first quarter sometimes, most times. The 3rd quarter is really when the game runs away, so get that outta here. Get that shot outta here as Porzingis swats that. Ooh, okay, bet. Out of bounds, so, yeah, like I said, Ricochet playing with 3 fouls, so foul trouble is a thing to watch, unfortunately, if you're a Hawks fan, so it's good defense by Ricochet playing straight up on Nesmith and Porzingis coming over to help, so, um, like to see Zach have a good game. Like I said, man, those obviously, Porzingis is gonna be that guy, now that Trey is out, so with Porzingis being the guy, you want Jalen to kinda step into that 1B role maybe. I mean, he already is in that 1B role, honestly, so you just wanna see Jalen take over, Kristaps fill in where he's supposed to fill in, and then guys like, Zach, Dyson, Nikhil, Onyeka, you want them to step up and, be impactful for the Hawks. I think that'll be the and another new face for, newer fans, of the Hawks is, Mo Gay, and, just fans around the NBA as well. Mo Gay, excuse me, he's obviously not going to be a, like, playmaker or facilitator filling in for Trey, but he is his minutes are expected to increase, I would think, with Trey's absence. So as they kind of go over the group play format, all 30 teams placed in 6 groups. Each team plays every other team in the group. Team plays 4 games. So I'm not quite sure. It's like you win your group, you're automatically in. So 11 point differential is a thing as well. So you definitely want to win the game and then win it by a lot of points. So Nikhil gets the bucket. So 77-64. So oh, man, y'all like the cup. I'm a big fan of the NBA Cup. I definitely was questioning it as good defense there from Atlanta switch Ricochet on Porzingis or Pascal. Excuse me, as Pascal gets the miss. There you go, Jalen. Jalen's doing a really good job being aggressive, attacking when he needs to attack, and passing when his teammates are there to attack for him. So, doing a really, really good job as he gets to the line to attempt his 13th and 14th point. So, like I said, really good game from Jalen. I can't really ask for too much more. Um, 8 rebounds, 5 assists to go along with his 12 points. So, Yeah, man, Jalen's stepping into his own this year, and it's really impressive to see as he knocks that free throw down. I believe he got, both of those to go, yep, so 14 points for Jalen. Yep, Indiana can't find it, so, like I said, a key, uh, for this game at least, and kinda ooh, ooh, with the ja get up, my get up, my mans, get up. Love to see, Nikhil be aggressive there on the drive, so he's done a really good job for his 17th point. Well, Atlanta's defense is doing a really good job at not fouling, staying straight up. Um, they've gotten a lot of ticky-tack fouls at the on drives and stuff at the rim. He's taking a beating at the rim, so Jalen drives and gets knocked around, but he's going to the line as they replay the Nikhil Alexander jam on Jarris Walker. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get up with your left hand. And I don't know how many hoopers we got in the chat, man. But that cup right there, that's harder than it looks, man. Because this is easy. This right here, if you can dunk like this, is easy. But this cup right here, that cup that Nikhil just pulled off, yeah, that's tough. That's tough right there. So Jalen knocks down the first of two at the line for his 15th point. Jalen having a phenomenal game as Ricochet checks out for Onyeka Okongwu. And we got Chris Stapps in for we got Moge, excuse me. So Dyson is out as well. So we'll see. Never mind. Ricochet still in the game. So Dyson is out for Mo and Onyeka is in for Chris Stapps. So Nikhil, Zach, Mo, good stuff. Onyeka and Jalen are on the floor for Atlanta. Good defense. So 11 boards for Jalen Johnson there as Bob Rathbun informs us. Oh, all right, that's a good take. It's not the greatest result. Atlanta doing Indiana doing a good job at moving the ball. Which is good. Good hustle play there for Indiana. Get that out of here. Get that shot out of here. Jalen said no, bro. Jalen kicks it ahead to Mo. Mo wasn't quite ready, but corrals it either way. Oh yeah, good stuff as Mo corrals the lob pass from Jalen and at least to an Indiana timeout. 21, 21. Atlanta extends the lead to 21 on a spectacular defensive plays there by Jalen Johnson and the squad, man. Just great result here for Atlanta. Third quarter usually is a shaky one for Atlanta. Teams usually come out and attack. So love to see Atlanta kind of punch Indiana in the mouth um, in the third quarter. Where they kind of struggle sometimes. So yes, man, great result here for Atlanta. Defense is playing like um, I don't know. Kind of expect. I don't want to have too many expectations over this season, but I know Atlanta's gonna be good on defense. You know, Dyson Daniels, Nikhil, Chris Stapps is gonna be there on the back end. I think Onyeka is underrated. Jalen is a good defender. I low key think he's underrated, but that's just me. But Jalen, Atlanta is packed full of defenders. I think Ricochet is gonna take a step. Um, NBA fans are gonna learn about Mo Gay. So it's definitely a lot of options for Atlanta on defense. Shout out to Onsi Soleil, optionality, Onsi as Hawks fans call him. he's done a really good job at surrounding Trey with, well, tall, athletic wings and forwards. Um, you know, I think it's a good opportunity for Hawks players to kind of prove that, they're that guy, in their respective positions. So Yeka, I think he can kind of step in and kind of step into a prominent center role. Obviously, he won't be starting, but I don't think that's gonna matter. I think his minutes will outweigh Porzingis in the long run. So something to keep an eye on. So far, stats has been around 25 minutes. So I think that's a good amount. I don't want to Porzingis into the ground. Obviously, um, there's really no need. Want the team to be as healthy as possible going into the important stretch of the season, which is the postseason. So, um, obviously, you want to get a look at Atlanta throughout the season, see what team they can be. So, yeah, I think with the guys that I think will step up into their role, um, I think Atlanta will be really good this year. Obviously, it's gonna be some points. Obviously, we've already hit a rough patch this year as a fan base. I know it's been tough, y'all. I know. But, I think throughout the year, we'll get it together as Moge gets the 3 up. Obviously, like I said, Moge, they called a off-ball foul on the kill or somebody, but yeah, Moge is a name NBA fans, might be getting used to as he's gonna have a pretty big role this year, probably playing backup for Jalen, getting some center minutes in some lineups and rotations as Jalen corrals the board, man, he's dominant. He's dominant on the boards, which we need. Hawks need because they have been struggling. So Jalen finds Nikhil in the corner, just can't get it to go. But Jalen doing a good job at facilitating the offense, finding the open man in place of Trey. Atlanta was kind of wondering how that was going to look. As Atlanta's defense is just causing Indiana to miss. So we got a turnover. I wish they would. I know the interview with Jalen's parents is interesting, but can we get a little more action, please? That'd be great. So Atlanta is holding on to a 21-point lead with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So Jalen putting up, man, a milestone game here early on. Foul on Moge. Unfortunate. Like I said, he is one of the Hawks players who are unfortunately in foul trouble. So, but Atlanta getting the job done. A 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes. So Pascal at the line. He's had a good game for Indiana, which is not surprising, in the least. So early on in the second half, Atlanta is slowly catching up free throw wise. They were getting losing that battle by like double. So good to see that. Good to see them come back in that category. Although they're really not in control of that. So Dyson, Kennard, Keaton, Mo, and Onyeka in the game. Dyson can't get it to go, but Onyeka corrals it. Probably might could have been a goaltend. I don't know whose hand was in the net. But yeah, rotations are where it gets a little shaky for Atlanta. So they have started their rotations. Foul on Keaton on the Indiana drive there. 3 minutes to go. Like I said, point differential is a thing in the NBA Cup. So you want to win, and you want to win by as many points as possible in case there is a tiebreaker in your group. So um, definitely want to do number one on the checklist, which is win, and then a point differential will take care of itself. So obviously, right now isn't really looking like a problem, but Indiana still is an NBA team as Keaton knocks down the three from the assist from Dyson on the little transition. So Keaton doing good, man. Two threes this game as Indiana answers back. So it cuts it a 20 point game. Kennard in and out. Luke Kennard in and out. So Hawks fans probably just glad to see him attempt threes, even though they might not go in. So Moge does a good job at getting to the rebound before Siakam there. Jay Huff does a good job reading that. Dyson can't quite get it to go. Does a good job at getting to his own shot. So Atlanta, short shot clock here. Keaton drives against Pascal. That's a bucket. So like I said, Keaton just having a good game. I think he hasn't missed from the field. So 2 of 2 from three and got that to go. So good stuff from Keaton. Keaton's gonna have a more impactful role as Trey Young is out for however long as Indiana finds the three ball. So their offense is kind of finding the shots. Um, they weren't falling. That's why Atlanta grew their lead. But Indiana does a good job at getting some rhythm going. So 90-71. Onyeka picks up a silly foul. Silly, silly foul. And I don't even know if he was the I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's an interesting call. So as Indiana gets that turnover to go, that would be considered a turnover since Atlanta kind of turned the ball over without them like getting a steal or a block. So very questionable. So Indiana is now in the bonus. So luckily it's not as much time as they've previously got in the last couple quarters. So they were kind of getting in the bonus with like 5, 6 minutes to go. So minute 30 to go here in the third quarter. They'll be shooting free throws on any foul they draw. So excuse me, Ricochet draw Ricochet checks back into the game. Sorry, man, I'm getting tongue twisted. So yeah, man. Appreciate everybody tapped in. We are on Twitch, Playback, and YouTube. Um, if you're wondering how you can watch the game, just tap into Playback TV. Become a member on the Open Gym channel, and I'll bless you with the VIP once you tap in the chat. So you can watch the Atlanta Hawks take on the Indiana Pacers. You don't need any subscription. I'm passing out VIPs for free. Ricochet with the offensive board and the nice little floater, little fadeaway. Seventh point for Ricochet. But yeah, if you want to watch the game, let me know. Gotta tap into playback. No payment needed. So Jarris Walker hits that 30-footer, which is kinda crazy, not expecting to see that. So swing, swing. There you go, Ricochet. Ricochet knocks down the 3 for his 10th point, so Ricochet answers that back. Like to see that, aggressive, Ricochet, so Ricochet kinda shooting his way back into the game is a positive sign for Hawks fans. We wanna see him, like I said, that's a key guy to watch, and hopefully he kinda steps up in Trey's absence, so Keaton, Dyson, Zach, Kennard, and Mo in. So, oh, let's go as Dyson finds Mo on the little dump off. So we got Dyson at the 4, I would guess, with Mo holding down the center position. So fairly small lineup for Atlanta, but it is answering Indiana's small lineup. So they're closing out this third quarter fairly well. Onyeka picked up a silly foul, so foul trouble is you know, troubling Atlanta. So Atlanta does a really good job closing out that third quarter. Um, leads the game at 21 points. So, really great stuff from Atlanta there. Like to see that, like to see a positive end to a quarter there for Atlanta. So, Zach shot his way back in the game, 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 10 points overall. So, I like to see that from Zach. Jalen having a phenomenal game, 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. So, great stuff from Jalen. Porzingis doing Porzingis things, 15 points and 8 rebounds on 6 of 11 from the field. So, just doing good, man, and Dyson stepping up into a role which is much needed. He's 0 for 2 this second half, but really not too much of a concern. He was 4 6 in the first half, so still sitting at 10 points, but has, 5 assists. So 5 assists, 7 rebounds, so just staying active, which is what you need to see. Him getting that 10 to 15 points is going to be a necessity for Atlanta in Trae Young's, absence. So, Nikhil having a great game filling in on that starter role, 7 of 13, 17 points, 2 steals. So, great stuff from Nikhil. Um, don't really wanna nitpick. He does have 3 turnovers, so it's not really too much of a concern. He's kinda getting that back on defense and shooting wise, so isn't having the greatest game from 3, but he is doing a good job at kinda recognizing that himself and getting to the line and getting in the paint and getting a good shot. So, good stuff from Nikhil. Um, Luke Kennard isn't shooting the best, but hey, I'd rather have him just shoot the ball, so I just wanna see him get shots up. He's doing a pretty good job, not you know, he's not necessarily a full liability on defense this game. So you like to see him kinda step up and, get active. So even though it might not be reflecting in you know, in the box score throughout the game, you will notice that he is, where he is supposed to be on defense, I think. So, obviously, we'll have a mismatch here or there throughout the game. So, Keaton doing an excellent job in the minutes he is getting, 8 points, 6 assists and 3 rebounds, excuse me. So Keaton having a good game, stepping into that kind of backup point guard role. A lot of fans were questioning his ability to play in impactful minutes. So you like to see that from Keaton as the fourth quarter is underway and Porzingis can't get that little turnaround to go. Probably a little more contact than the ref saw. There we go. Keaton does a good job at cutting off that drive. Hey, Ricochet, pull up 3. That's what you love to see right there. 24 points, 24-point lead as Ricochet knocks down his 13th point of the game. Nice little that was a bold one, man, in transition. That was bold. It's confident, though. Nope, 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 nope. Dyson fell on that one. So it was a little bit of a mismatch there in the paint. Love to see it. Dyson gets the roll. 12 points for Dyson. Like I said, you wanna see some of the some of the Hawks players step up in this, absence of Trey as, Zach steps up, closes out that Ben Shepherd, gather, but he gets the buckets. So 22, like I said, point differential is a impact, so yeah, that's off. Tyson can't get that little running lay to go. And one? That's disgusting. I don't know who they could have called that foul on, to be honest. I'm not sure who was, regarding him at the that was Keaton, and Zach could not get the block, so you down 20 man scoreboard. So Mac McClellan is hype after getting his 7 points to go. Gets the and 1 opportunity here, down by 20. So like I said, 10 minutes to go. Want to keep an eye on the score. If it, obviously, number one goal for the Atlanta Hawks is to win this game. That'll obviously be the most important factor in the NBA Cup standings. So obviously, want to get the win. And then once you get the win, you want to win by as much as you can. Usually in the NBA season, a win is a win, no matter what it looks like. Ooh, that was a good shot, though. That was a good shot by Ricochet. You like to see that as Ricochet pulls up from 3. You like to see aggressiveness from Ricochet. Don't wanna see him pass up a shot, but that was a good you wanna see Ricochet attack that on defense, but, not, not too hard 'cause, he does have 3 fouls, so a good shot by Ricochet, but timeout here from Atlanta. They don't want the lead to run away too much. So yep, yep, yep. 13 points from Ricochet, 16 points from Jalen, 15 from Kristaps, 12 from Dyson, 17 from Nikhil. So starting 5 for Atlanta is doing a really good job at just, staying locked in this game. So good stuff from Atlanta. So Onyeka, 4 fouls. Mo, 4 fouls. Um, Zach has done a good job staying out of foul trouble when he started this second half in foul trouble with 3. So he is at 3 this current moment in the game. So with 9 minutes to go in the 4th, you'll probably see the regular rotation of Onyeka back in and stuff. So, but he has 4 fouls. So probably been little ticky tacky fouls. So not really something to be concerned about. I think Atlanta. I know Onyeka early on in his career, he was kind of an aggressive shot blocker. So he was picking up early fouls early on in his career. So I know that's something that he's kind of worked on, and last year he did a really good job at, kind of blocking shots and not fouling, so hopefully this year will be the same result. Obviously, Atlanta doesn't have the paint presence of a Clint Capella type player, but who knows? Maybe somebody will step up and kind of play that role, so don't think they will have that impact rebounding like Clint did, but hey, I think it'll be a team effort thing. I think people are gonna have to buy in. Players are gonna have to buy in on that end for Atlanta, rebounding wise, I should say. Offensive rebounding, not really too much of a focus. You want the shots to fall. You don't really want to worry about that. But defensive rebounding is going to be a huge focus for Atlanta throughout the season, it looks like. And so, as we take a look at the game chart real quick before the action resumes, Atlanta is like I said, they had a rough start the first quarter. Um, Indiana kind of ran out to a 12-point lead, but Atlanta flipped the script and flipped it by 36 points as their lead extended to 24. It wasn't until the third quarter until they ran away with this game, which is a good sight if you're an Atlanta fan, because Atlanta has been known to kind of let the game slip away in the third quarter and have to fight an uphill battle, from halfway through the third quarter and through the fourth quarter. So, which as a fan, it's pretty exciting basketball. I can't lie, because for some, hey, they're actually are persistent, and with that persistence comes, results sometimes. So watching Atlanta come back is a fun thing, but I don't want that to be a trending thing for Atlanta. So it's good to see Atlanta hop out to a lead, especially in a cup game where points kind of matter as well as wins. So like to see Atlanta hop out to a good lead, kind of stick to it. As Ricochet's face guarding. Ricochet was face guarding his man and picked up his 4th foul, so yep. Don't like to see that, but it's 9 minutes to go, and as unfortunate as it is for me to say it, Ricochet isn't, quite a closer, so As you see, Porzingis on the bench, not really a big issue. He kinda sits around 25 minutes, so kinda is at that point. Don't really want to run him into the ground. So 102 to 87, it is ooh, good find. Want that to fall, but it's alright. Tyson cleans it up. It's at 18 points, 18 points, 104 to 87 Atlanta's way. That's the last bucket for Atlanta came from Dyson for Ricochet. Missed three-pointer. Onyeka gathers the rebound. It's Nikhil, Dyson, Ricochet, Onyeka, and Jalen. So this lineup is hey, this is the lineup I wanna see. Good stuff. Hey, easy money. Onyeka finds Dyson cutting for the easy jam. Love to see that. So Atlanta's offense still clicking, obviously. Puts it to a 19-point game. Wait, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. It's 19. My math was not mathing in my head there for a second, but it's 19. So, like I said, man, I don't wanna be too early on it, but they've done a really good job at getting the lead and maintaining the lead. So, as we look at the game charts, Atlanta's done a good job at rebounding the ball too. This is probably one of the first games where it's dead even at this point in the game. I don't think it's been, too good of results for Atlanta on the glass, but, maybe 1 or 2 games they've rebounded their opponent, but, doing a really good job at getting to the rebounds, attacking the defensive glass as a team, keeping Indiana away from those offensive rebounds and those second chance opportunities. Although Indiana is leading in the second chance, point battle, not really too much of a concern because it's 14 to 17. So usually Atlanta is kind of behind on that in that battle. So in another battle, which Atlanta has been kind of unfortunately losing, is points in the paint. It's 58 to 28. So right now, Atlanta is dominating. So which is kind of expected, man. Indiana is kind of playing with the banged up. No problem, Benny Rowe. Appreciate you tapping in from Australia. It looks like, man. Shout out to the Great Barrier Thief. Thank you guys for giving us Dyson Daniels, man. We greatly, greatly appreciate you guys, like, so much. Y'all have a gem, man. If y'all can build around Dyson on y'all national team, I might root for y'all. Y'all might got yourself a Aussie. I'm not gonna lie, I'll work on my Australian accent. So yeah, man, not too great of a game from Atlanta from 3-point line, but they are winning that battle as well. So been a decent shooting night for Atlanta from the field overall, but like I said, that 3-point line hasn't quite been Atlanta's friend. So, but yeah, Benny Rowe, appreciate you tapping into the open gym. We are watching this Atlanta Hawks and Indiana Pacers NBA Cup game. If you want to watch the action along with the stream, I'd urge you check out Playback TV. It's a platform where you can watch the game and the stream. If you do, just check out Open Gym over there and let me know you checking in and you can watch the game. But appreciate you tapping in anyway. So 106-87 as action continues. Another ticky tack foul by Nikhil Alexander. Very questionable, man. Very questionable. All the fouls. I mean, I think removing my bias, it has been I don't know, man. As we got a challenge here from Atlanta. It's been an interesting game from the officials. The fouls have been kind of weak, I will say. Removing my bias, they have been a little weak. They have been a little weak. So Nikhil, Nikhil picked up his first foul, and he was. It seemed like he was acting like that was going to be his fifth, um, or he's fighting for. um, one of his teammates not to pick up their foul. So yeah, 3 fouls, 3 fouls. 3 Hawks with sitting with 4 fouls apiece. So it's gonna be a discipline game here down the stretch. So we have a coach's challenge here. So Nikhil says he got hooked by Indiana's number 10. Excuse me, I'm not too familiar with my man's Dennis's name. I know Dennis is his last name. Um, Ray J. Dennis, RJ. Is his name Ray J? If I had one wish, had that name. My man's name is Ray J. Dennis, bro. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So, so my bad. I don't have the volume up over here, so I don't quite know what the result of that challenge was, but it looks like it failed. Oh no, it's successful. So he's shooting 2 of 4, 50%. So Atlanta's new assistant coach who is in charge of challenges shooting 2 of 4, man. 2 of 4. So Atlanta gets the ball back after that bogus call. Luke Kennard attacks the rim, can't get it to go, but Onyeka cleans it up. 21. 21 as a Luke spilled into the stands. Slow to get back, but he does. Even numbers. Oh my god. Luke Kennard fouled uh Mac McClung on the 3. Nope, not Mac McClung. Wrong Caucasian, excuse me. Who is this? Okay, so this is a new guy, Talon Peter, getting his first run here in the Indiana Atlanta game. So if you're wondering why Atlanta kinda hasn't mailed it in and letting their backup guys get runs in, points matter in the NBA Cup. So definitely wanna run up the score as a lot of softies might think that isn't sportsmanlike, but stop them, get a stop. So, as Atlanta is looking to build his lead. Thank you. Thank you. About time. So Nikhil gets the foul drawn, looking to push this back to a 20-point lead. Hawks are up 18 with 6 minutes and 59 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. So first NBA Cup for Atlanta going well. Going well so far. Still 6 minutes, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So in Trey Young's absence, players have stepped up and done their job. Jalen, I think Jalen is gonna have a good opportunity to make his mark on this league with Trey Young's absence. He has 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists to go along with a steal and a block. He's gonna be one of, you know, one of maybe 5 or 4 players to do that this year. Obviously, Wemby's probably gonna do that. Jokic probably will achieve those numbers. Giannis. Ooh, Mac McClung. Nice little move there for his 10th point. So newly acquired Mac McClung for Indiana gets his bucket. So 92 to 110. Ricochet can't get it to go. I lose ball foul is crazy. So yeah, Jalen Johnson is on that triple double watch, Dex. He definitely is on that triple double watch. He my fault. I saw that bogus call. But yeah, he is on that triple double watch. He's done a really good job filling in for the absence of Trey being that facilitator. So It's really really positive thing if you're a Hawks fan to see, um, and he's done a good job at crashing the glass. Cause oh yeah, Ricochet. Oh my god, that's not what you wanna see. Mac McClung stripping Ricochet on the offensive end. There we go. J Huff got the miss, but you wanna see a stronger take by Ricochet. Come on, please fall. Ugh, tough. So Ricochet can't find the mark again, unfortunately. So Dyson's looking to check back in. Probably either come get Luke or somebody. I don't know. Let's go. That is the presence of Nikhil there. So yeah, man. Hawks are probably gonna. I'm guessing they're gonna close the game out with the starters. Maybe feature a lineup of yeah. I think it's gonna be Nikhil, Dyson. Yep, a delayed game. Refs are tripping. So Zach doing a good job at staying aggressive, but he does come off the floor 5 of 12. So I mean, all right night for Zach. You want to see him, do good. So coming off that out of bounds, Indiana misses. So Jalen is looking to kind of run the offense probably in the last couple minutes. Probably was looking for Dyson in the corner, but so Atlanta will retain possession here. I don't know. I think Indiana probably poked the ball free. Might have a coach's challenge. So Indiana is challenging the ruling of that last call. It was out of bounds on was out of bounds on they're ruling it Atlanta's ball, but yeah, it's probably going to be Indiana ball after that. So um, Indiana did poke it away, but it looks like it rolled off Jalen anyway. So yeah, man, looking like it's gonna be a quick call. So successful challenge for Indiana. So 5 minutes to go. Atlanta up by what is it like 19, 18? Yeah. So they're up by 18. It seems like Indiana has kind of called it quits. Um, Pascal is no longer in the game. That was kind of Indiana's last hope. He was their leading scorer at that moment. So expect Atlanta to kind of keep their main guys in for at least a couple, 3, 4 minutes if the lead kind of stays. If it kind of shrinks, kind of expect them to be in for the rest of the game. So yeah, man, appreciate everybody tapped into the open gym here for the Atlanta Hawks versus Indiana in this NBA Cup matchup. The first of four, man. So Atlanta will play Toronto in their next NBA Cup matchup, but their next game will come against Cleveland. So they're in Cleveland on Sunday. We'll be in the open gym covering that game for sure, as they aren't at full strength either. I don't think quite yet. Um, Pass kind of missed. Dyson hit off his elbow. That's the shot you want. J Huff launching from 30 feet. They're ruling it out of bounds. So Hawks have done a pretty good job, kind of keeping Indiana off that offensive glass. But as you see there, Indiana did a good job fighting for it, and they got the ball. So it's not necessarily too important, but you wanna Nikhil said, "Get off me, young." There we go, man. Nice little back cut on Yeka found Jalen Johnson. Got the finish there. So yeah, like I said, points not really too big of a emphasis, but you do want to win as by as much as possible, as point differential is a factor in the NBA Cup. So want to win, but and win by a lot. So But first things first, you wanna win. That's the main thing you wanna do. So if you get a win, however much, but it's just a plus if you blow them out. So that's just in case of any tiebreakers in the group play as Jalen gets the right hand finish to go, 20 points to go along with what, like 13, 14 rebounds? Good stuff from Jalen. So really, really, really positive to see. As Dyson throws it to Jalen on the break. Jalen throws it to Nikhil and one. And one as Jalen picks up his eighth assist and Nikhil picks up his 21st point. So good stuff from Atlanta in transition. It's really where they thrive. So like to see them take advantage of that. Good stuff there. And like I said, man, you just want to build a lead. Is you don't want to like full court press the whole game, but obviously you want to take advantage of the opportunities you have. Oh yeah, as Alexander Walker is impacting the game until the end. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. He poked the ball free from the point guard. I don't know who that was, McClung or the other guard. So yeah, this lineup of Nikhil, Dyson, um, Jalen, Yeka. Well, yeah, and Luke, I was expecting Porzingis to be in, but Luke is closing it out as well. So, I mean, it's kind of a positive. You don't really want to risk Porzingis hurting himself, but you want to let these guys get into a rhythm throughout the year. Cause and one that's on Yeka. Buddy tried to draw an offensive foul on Yeka, but it doesn't work out. And so Isaiah Jackson picks up the foul. He tried to draw the foul on Yeka and kind of pays for playing a little lackadaisical defense. So Yeka at the line for an and one opportunity, trying to get his 14th point. So he's pleading to the ref that he didn't foul on Yeka. So Atlanta is closing out the game strong. They've struggled in the third quarter throughout this early season. Yeah, it's kind of been a struggle throughout, this past, this history's past. Third quarter has kind of been a quarter where it's, you know, the other team comes out a little stronger than Atlanta. So it's great to see Atlanta kind of come out on top of things and maintain the game. So since the third quarter, it's been Atlanta basketball pretty much. They've enforced their game on Indiana. They caused Indiana to miss, which they've kind of been doing, but Indiana was doing a good job at finding the offensive glass. So really good job from Atlanta in that aspect of the game. You like to see that from them. So yeah, man, that's a good thing to see. So Jalen, triple double watch, 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. So I like to see him active on the glass as you see Pacer fans exiting in mass, if I'm using that term correctly. They're exiting Gainbridge Fieldhouse by the hundreds as this game is wrapped up. It's a 19-point game, 118 to 99 here, 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go as Atlanta looks to be getting their first dub in the NBA Cup and by a good amount. So Yeka knocks down the free throw, puts it at 20, sitting at 13, 7, and 2. So good game from Atlanta's starters, good game from Atlanta's rotation guys. It's a good message to send to fans. Another winless team, obviously. Pacers aren't at full strength either. So they're not gonna be the usual Pacers that, we'll see in the future, I think. But But yeah, good stuff from Atlanta, putting together a little win streak as Nikhil finds the cutting Dyson Daniels for the slam. And Atlanta builds this lead as they let Mac McClung sneak away there for the nice little layup for his 12th point. So, yep, 20 points. A minute 50 to go. So Luke Kennard, Onyeka was looking for the back cut. Jalen can't get it to go. Should have been assist hunting on that one. McClung just trying to easy work. Like I said, obviously you don't want to rub it in, so you just get the bucket and run back. But you want to win by as much as possible. Point differential might be a thing. So J Huff gets that little dunk to go. 85 seconds left in this game. A foul here by Art by Ray J. If I had one wish, boy. So Ray J commits the foul, causing a break in the action. So, man, great performance for Atlanta. If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, this is what you want to see with the unfortunate news that Trey Young will miss an extended amount of time, more than likely. So, don't know the extent of the Trey Young injury, but we do know that Trey Young is going to be out. He sprained his right knee. Noah Clowney from the Brooklyn Nets pushed Mo Gay into Trey's knee on the play. The last time the Hawks played on what was that, Wednesday? So Trey is out for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, and we pray as Hawks fans, hopefully. Yo, Rock 39, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. I'm gonna bless you with a VIP. Oh, I didn't mean to invite you, my boy. My fault. But I did get you a VIP. Appreciate you tapping in. Trying to stay monitored, and as the game kind of closes out, so I can throw VIPs to joining folks. So appreciate y'all for tapping in on Playback TV. That is the platform where we can watch the game together as a community. So Atlanta is closing out this game. So Tuesday night, like they said, man, we got Orlando in Atlanta on Tuesday, but that's a that's to come back home from the road trip. So the next game for Atlanta is Sunday. So we'll be in the open gym for that as Keaton gets it to go for three. So Keaton checks in for the last minute and Jacob Toppin as well. So they'll get this time to run up the score 126 to 103. So Keaton is another Hawk fans should be kind of getting used to as he'll get a lot of minutes as a lot of the young guys are in for Atlanta, pretty much everybody. Asa, um, Keenan Wallace, and Folly Dante, Caleb Houston, and Jacob Toppin. So unfortunately, Obi Toppin is out. He's gonna have to have foot surgery, so he's gonna be out for an extended amount of time. So that is Jacob Toppin's older brother, I think. So Jacob Toppin is the younger one. So Obi is his brother on the opposite team. So unfortunately, he's out. So no family matchup on this game. So yeah, like that just adds to Indiana's injury list as Obi Toppin is out for Indiana. So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tapped in here. It was a great performance as Asa Newell gets the three up, doesn't get it to go, but he gets it up. So 39 seconds left. Obviously, Atlanta wants to hold on to this lead. Don't want to give up too many easy looks. Want to hold on to the 21. Good stuff. Hey, run the flow and one. So and finally, Dante finishes off the transition break from a pass from Keaton Wallace as Ray J. Ray J. It might be RJ, bro, but still, it says Ray J on the NBA sheet. I'm calling that man Ray J. So 20-point dub, 11 seconds as Keaton Wallace probably just gonna dribble out the clock. So 128 to 108. Great stuff here from Atlanta, man. As like I said, Trey Young's absence is not felt. So playing till the end of the buzzer here, 128 to 108. So Carlisle got beef with Quinn Snyder for beating his ass. Obviously, he's salty about it. Hey man, rub him. Hey, they might have rubbed him the wrong way. Hey yo, but it don't matter, bro. It's the NBA Cup, man. Stop them, man. Step up your defense, bro. I know Rick Carlisle probably gonna complain about some. So, great stuff. If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, very, very positive stuff. So, um, Atlanta walks away with a 20-point victory here in the first matchup of the NBA Cup. Jalen Johnson, man, he's a star. You heard it here first. I mean, it wasn't first, but you heard it here. He's a star, man. Jalen Johnson, 22 points, 13 rebounds. They took a rebound away from him. 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Come on, man. Only 1 turnover? Yeah. Stepping into a role where you kinda have to run the offense? Yeah. Great game from Jalen. Great game from the starting 5. Um, wasn't like the greatest shooting night from Ricochet, but it was alright. 5 of 12 from the field, 13 points. Um, good attempts. Wasn't really too forced, so you'd like to see him be aggressive, even though the shot wasn't quite falling from 3. 3 of 7 from 3, so, 42% isn't bad. So, Dyson, great game from Dyson. Um, 8 of 13, 18 points, so it's really good for him to have a good offensive game. Some Hawks fans were questioning his contract. No problem, Rock. My fault if I my fault if I weirded you out by trying to join, throw that invitation to join. I was hitting the wrong button, but no problem, brother. I appreciate you tapping into the open gym, man. I greatly appreciate you, catching this Hawks dub, man. So so yes, yes, man. Greatly appreciate everybody that tapped in, and said what's up in the chat. Rock, Dex, uh, Benny, everybody else, man, I greatly appreciate you. If you didn't, I greatly appreciate you as well, man. I greatly appreciate Davi. Appreciate you holding it down, moderating for the chat. My bad for being a little late, but we missed most of the first quarter. Or we made most of the first quarter. We missed a little bit, like 5 minutes. So it's all right, man. So like I said, man, great stuff from the starters. 21 from the kill. Like I said, positive stuff from Dyson, 3 steals, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. So active game for Dyson. Kristaps, 23 minutes, so not really heavy minute wise for Kristaps. Neither Onyeka, only sitting 2 minutes above him. So Onyeka and Kristaps had 15. Onyeka, I believe, had 14. So both impactful in their roles. So 6 rebounds for Onyeka and 8 for Kristaps. So 14 between the 2 of them, and 13 from Dyson, 9 from Dyson and 13 from Jalen. So good stuff all around from the guys. So really, really good performance, especially in the NBA Cup game. The bench stepped up, you know, the guys that needed to stepped up. So we gotta pray for a quick recovery for Trey, the engine of this team, and hope he comes back, you know, swiftly. So hopefully his recovery is quick, man. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and he can come back and start rolling with the guys as the Hawks look to continue this win streak. They play Sunday, so we are back in the open gym on Sunday. I believe it's at 7:30. So we'll be live in the open gym for that game. I think it's at 7:30. It might be at 8 o'clock, but 7:30. We're playing on 7:30, y'all. So I appreciate everybody once again. If you didn't already, man, make sure to subscribe, become a member, follow on whatever platform you're watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see y'all Sunday at 7:30 to watch the Atlanta Hawks take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all Sunday, man. Y'all take care. I'll catch y'all later, y'all. Good. Let's good win, Hawks. Let's go. Let's keep this energy going, y'all. But yeah, like I said, y'all have a good night, safe night, happy Halloween.